Words can create worlds. What makes for good writing? We'll find out today on Into the Words. Well, welcome to Into the Words, where we get, that's right, into the words. Today we are going to read an awesome personal narrative from Catherine with just a superb title, The Evil Stool. And the reason it's such a great title, you see there's that contrast there. A stool is a little piece of furniture. We don't think of them having any moral qualities whatsoever, and yet this stool is evil. So right there, and this is what I want to bring out in Catherine's writing, right there in that title, she's got us. Like we're saying, what makes this stool evil? And as soon as your reader is saying, and questions are popping up in their minds, you got your reader. All right. So let's read Catherine's personal narrative, The Evil Stool. And what I want to emphasize in this writing is her pacing. The tendency with the personal narrative is to just blurt it all out right at the beginning, like to give everybody like the whole meat and potatoes of the story all at once. But she has a nice, slow, steady pace here. And what that does is it creates tension so that when we get to the event itself, that you're really writing about, to the heart of the narrative, we're waiting for it, we're expectant. So here is Catherine's The Evil Stool. When I was younger, my days always started with daycare. There were barely any girls except for a shy girl named Audrey and Ellie, the playful one. Then there was this little boy named Connor. He always bit people. At daycare, we were allowed to bring electronics, and I brought my Kindle. I was playing on it, and Connor asked if he could play it too. I said no. He kept on begging, so I had to say yes because I knew being nice was the right thing. Connor only got a minute because I had to leave because it was already time to go home. At home, I had spaghetti for dinner and the last bit of milk. After dinner, my dad turned on Frozen. Frozen was my favorite movie when I was 3. I loved Frozen so much I would sing to every song. Then, all of a sudden, I heard a faint voice. It was Dad on the phone asking my mom to get more milk for me. I was very happy because I loved milk so much that sometimes I wouldn't drink anything else but milk. After a good couple of hours, we heard the door open. I dashed to the door shouting, "Mommy!" My mom said, "I have milk." I rushed into the kitchen and hopped onto the stool singing, "I'ma get a milka, 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 milka." My mom said to calm down, but I didn't hear her. I was too busy singing. All of a sudden, the stool tipped over under me and my nose was bleeding a lot. My mom picked me up and rushed me to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor gave me some tissues and sent me to the x-ray room. The room was all white, not one pop of color. The x-ray machine was a little scary to me because I had never seen an x-ray machine before. I thought it would hurt me even more. It turns out I did not break my nose or anything. The doctors brought me to a room so I could get checked out. They gave me some tissues. After that, I went home and back to daycare the next day. But one thing was different. I stayed away from the evil stool. Excellent, Catherine. And you notice that a personal narrative often follows the same flow of a fictional narrative. She does have lots of exposition at the beginning to kind of set the scene. And the story of daycare and Kindle and sharing the Connor kid who bites has nothing to do with it, but it sets the scene. So we understand who she is and what she's like. She likes Frozen and singing and playing on her. Okay, we understand the characters and the setting, even though they're real people in the personal narrative. And then we have the rising action, we have the climax with the fall from the stool, we have the resolution going to the hospital, and then the falling action at the end where she's like, okay, I learned my lesson. See, so a well-paced personal narrative waits to put the climax in its proper place. And that's something that can make your writing better as you get into the words. And so I will see you next time on Into the Words. Would you like your writing to be featured on Into the Words, young writer? Send it to jaime.mcgrath@sccpss.com.